What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. It is January 5th here, and it is day 5 of the No Sugar Challenge. So, for all those who are doing the No Sugar Challenge with me, I hope you are enjoying it. The first week is always the hardest. So, if you started and you gave up, jump back on board with us. If you're still doing it, still chugging along, congratulations. I can promise you that if you're not already feeling better, you will be feeling better by the end of this upcoming week. So, just a quick recap. When we first start with no sugar, everybody always feels terrible for the first couple of weeks. There's a lot of different reasons for that. One of the main reasons is that we start to have a lot of blood sugar fluctuations and instability. We're trying to create metabolic flexibility with this challenge, and that's one of those things that takes time. So what that means is that our bodies are programmed and they're always using fat, or they're always using carbohydrates or glucose for fuel. The reason for that is because it's a simple sugar. It's the easiest thing to generate energy. The problem is that a single molecule of sugar or a single molecule of glucose specifically is not going to create the same amount of energy as if we were to utilize fat. 1 gram of glucose or sugar creates 4 calories or 4 carbohydrates. We get 9 calories per gram of fat. So if we can start utilizing fat for energy, we're going to get way more energy than just sugar. But that's a slower process. We have to convert fat into different compounds, one of the main ones being ketones. And because that takes time, if there's a glucose or sugar available, we're always using sugar instead. So one of the main reasons that we do the no sugar challenge, one of the main reasons it's so restrictive of things like beans and a lot of fruits and root vegetables and things that are really great, packed with a ton of nutrients. The reason we can't have those is because of the sugar content of them. There's a couple different berries that we can have, but otherwise we can't have anything that's providing glucose to the body. Now, when we're talking about this no sugar challenge, I'm not saying those things aren't healthy. What I'm trying to do is create a metabolic effect and that metabolic flexibility, and that only happens if we get the sugar completely out of the diet. So that's why the no sugar challenge is so restrictive. Taking all of that sugar out of the body without having the metabolic flexibility to be able to utilize fat for fuel does create a lot of those sugar fluctuations, blood sugar fluctuations, which is why we feel so terrible for the first week or so while we're working on utilizing those other energy sources. Now we're 5 days in. Since we're 5 days in, you should start having kind of more stabilized energy throughout the day. Mood should be starting to get a little bit better. Headaches are probably going away. We may start to see some changes in weight, some changes to the skin, all positive benefits that happen as we continue to progress through this 30-day challenge. So I want to encourage you that if you're not already feeling better, you will be feeling better very soon. One of the big things is make sure we're drinking plenty of water. That water helps to replenish what's lost when we cut the sugar out of the diet. Water also helps to clear toxins and things through the body that may be released as we're releasing a lot of that stored fat. Focusing on breath work and meditation at this point in time is very important as well. If you have a cold plunge, using one of those is amazing. Also, that's going to help increase dopamine and serotonin, which are those happy hormones that are also released when we eat a bunch of sugar. When we drop that sugar level down, we're going to lose those neurotransmitters as well. We've created a lot of resistance where it takes more neurotransmitter to have the same effect in the body because of our continued sugar intake. So cutting those out, we feel a lot of depression, anxiousness, instability with the mood, things like that, because of the neurotransmitter effect. And utilizing something like a cold plunge will actually increase dopamine and serotonin in the same way that sugar might. It can help kind of stabilize mood and energy that way. Cold plunging is also amazing for increasing your cortisol levels. Cortisol can help to regulate blood sugar a little bit as well. So if we're getting those really low drops in blood sugar, increasing cortisol can help to stabilize that. Also help with energy and things like that throughout the day. So cold plunging, drinking plenty of water, breath work, doing things like sauna that can help to also flush out those toxins that are being released from stored fat, meditation, breath work. Take it really easy with exercise over the next week. Once that energy starts to stabilize, that's when we can start getting into a lot more of that high intensity again. But for the first couple of weeks, especially when we're not feeling good, it's really important to make sure that we keep that energy low. Now, we also may be struggling a little bit with diet. I know it's a lot of people eat sugar and carbohydrates all day long. You may be feeling like you don't know what to eat at this point. key here is be really good about meal prepping. Follow along on our No Sugar January emails that are getting sent out. If you're not getting those emails, shoot us a message and we'll get the email link sent to you so you can get added to that email list, because we have some great recipes in there. Pinterest is a great option as well. If you follow my Pinterest, Dr. Connor Wolf, I have a specific no sugar tab in there that I'm constantly adding new recipes to that I've been making personally. And then really just keep it simple. Last night I had some palmini, which is amazing. So if you're not familiar with palmini, it's a really great alternative to pasta. And I had a steak. I've had steak like 3 times in the last week. Steak and a veggie is a really great meal. We don't have to overcomplicate things. So one of the other things is we get so bogged down, we make these really complicated meals. And it's very difficult to replace those meals when we can't have all the same ingredients, right? So if we just simplify things, meat, vegetables, that's a great alternative. A lot of snack options people struggle with as well. One of my favorite snacks is meat sticks. So I get the Chomps meat sticks. Those are totally fine to have during no sugar, and I will crush those during the day. You can also get, if you need like a quick hit of energy, just single serving coconut oil packs. A meat stick and a pack of coconut oil is going to give you a lot of protein, a lot of fat, and help with some of that energy if you're starting to feel sluggish throughout the day. Grabbing a handful of nuts, really great option as well. Just make sure there's no pistachios in that handful of nuts. If you're still struggling with your sweet tooth cravings, the Lily's dark chocolate chips are sweetened with stevia, so those are okay on the challenge as well. I've got a great recipe for ice cream that I made a bunch last year. I haven't started actually making that this year because my sweet tooth hasn't been that bad. I think there's only been one night where I had a big sweet tooth issue and I just had a couple squares of dark chocolate that was sweetened with stevia, and that kind of took that away. Drinking plenty of water will also help knock down some of those cravings that you may be having. So if you're still struggling with recipes, reach out to us. We can help with resources. And if you're really struggling just in general, if you want more help and support, we will be doing a meetup in the office on the 14th. I believe that's a Tuesday at 6 o'clock. Sign up for that on our Eventbrite. I can drop the link for the Eventbrite sign up in the comments below. Make sure you sign up for that because that's going to be a really great resource for people to just get together and chat. I'm not going to be talking to people about stuff. Really, I just want to open that up for the community to discuss and kind of bounce ideas off of each other. It's hard to go through this type of thing alone. So coming and getting together with other people who are going through the same thing will be very helpful and very powerful. So I hope you guys are doing awesome. Feel free to reach out to the office. Make sure you're getting our emails. Come check us out on the 14th in the office. And then on the 28th, I'm going to be doing a how to reintegrate back into normal society and what your diet should look like moving forward if you want to be healthy, how to reach your goals with all of that. That'll be on the 28th. So keep chugging along. We're getting through it. We should be feeling pretty good by now. If not, within the next week, we should start kind of turning the corner and energy should start getting a lot better again. Sleep should be better. Skin should be better. Weight should start changing. So the positive benefits are just around the corner. If you started on January 1st, we should be almost to the end of the suck. So thanks for doing this with us. We hope you are enjoying your time with No Sugar. Reach out, let us know how you're doing, how you're feeling, and I hope to see you guys all on the 14th.